Cosby High School and King William High School, both with 40 points. Right now we're going to take a break in the game to learn a little bit about today's players. We begin by meeting our team from King William High School. The Cavaliers are coached by Gene Ballard. And we begin with Cody Boyd, who is a senior. Cody, as a senior, have you started to make any college plans yet?
I've applied to a couple schools. I'm hoping to get into VCU.
And what would you like to study?
Probably engineering.
Okay, we wish you luck with that. Also on our team is Dee Dee Harvey, who is a junior who plans to attend college and major in Japanese. She enjoys watching television, particularly anime. And I understand you want to go into broadcasting. What appeals to you about that, Dee Dee?
I like mainly the Asian media with their music stuff, and it's really interesting to me.
Okay, well, we wish you luck with that as well. Henry Lutz is the captain of the King William team. He is a senior who enjoys card tricks, slip-and-slides, and I think last time you were here we talked about finding Waldo. Have you found him yet?
I did. I got him. This time he is... I know exactly where he is. I can show it to you if you want. It's incredible.
Okay, well, talk to me after the show. Okay. All right, and wrapping up the team is Nick Lancaster, who is a senior, who enjoys playing baseball, listening to music, and hunting. And Nick, have you made any college plans yet?
Yeah, I've also applied a few places. I'm thinking maybe if I get accepted, I'd go to Virginia Tech.
Okay, all right, good luck with that. And that is our team from King William High School. Now let's meet our team from Cosby High School. The Titans are out of Midlothian. They are coached by Marcia Borden. And we begin with Lumumba Kamjia, who is a sophomore, and his dream is to attend MIT. What would you like to do if you get into MIT, Lumumba?
I want to major in mechanical engineering.
What appeals to you about that?
I wanted to work with, alternative energy and energy technologies.
Oh, you could be our future. All right, thank you, Lumumba. The captain of the Cosby High School team is Riley May. She is a junior who enjoys watching lots of movies. So since you watch lots of movies, do you have a favorite for now, Riley?
Say a different one every time, but this time it'd be The Subject Was Roses.
Oh, why is that? That's a classic.
Yeah, it's the only old movie that I'm able to, watch more than once. So, not that old movies are bad.
That one gets a thumbs up. All right. Tyler Malkus is a junior who plans to major in engineering when he gets to college. And you play electric guitar in a band. Tell us about that, Tyler.
It's pretty fun, actually. I play electric bass. And, it's just something you do.
Okay. Do you guys play around at all?
We haven't yet. We're starting to.
Okay. Well, good luck. And wrapping up the team is Carson Hack, who is a senior who enjoys playing video games and plays the mellophone and marching band. Carson, as a senior, have you made any college plans yet?
I'm planning on going to the University of Alabama to study aerospace engineering.
Okay, that sounds like a great plan. All right, that's our team from Cosby High School. All right, teams, glad to get to know a little bit more about you. Coming up, you're going to choose the subjects. The category round is next here on Battle of the Brains.
Megawatt Brain Power. Welcome back to Battle of the Brains.
And as we get back into the match, here's a quick reminder of the first round scores. Both of our teams have 40 points, both Cosby High School and King William High School. Now, in this category round, our teams will play 2 categories apiece. If the team answers all 10 questions correctly in the 1 minute allotted, they will receive a 20-point bonus. Here are today's category choices. Take a look at the screen, teams. They are famous dynasties, Shakespearean comedies, begins and ends with D, alias, pen and stage names, and bombs that ended World War II. We have a tie score, but Cosby High School, since you gave the last correct answer, you will go first in the category round. Riley, quickly talk it over with your team and tell us what category you'd like to play first.
Begins and ends with D, please.
Identify each of the following by giving an answer that begins and ends with the letter D. The first is the Hebrew king who succeeded Saul.
David.
Correct. Hardest naturally known substance.
Diamond.
Correct. Anyone who stubbornly resists change.
Pass.
That would be a die-hard. Hyphenated term for having no exit.
Dead end.
Correct. Kind of jazz originating in New Orleans.
Dixieland.
Correct. Small, short-legged hound.
Doesn't end with Dachshund.
Dachshund is correct. C, that is the world's lowest point.
Dead.
Dead Sea is correct. Having 2 sets of chromosomes in the germ cell.
Diode.
That would be a diploid. Name completing the 1857 Supreme Court case, Blank Scott versus Sanford.
Dread.
Correct. Synonym for swollen, as in swollen ankle.
Pass.
I did think so. So pass.
That is the last question. It would be distended. All right, King William, you get to play your two categories back-to-back. Will they be famous dynasties, Shakespearean comedies, alias pen names and stage names, and bombs that ended World War II? Henry?
We'll take the stage names.
All right. Give the more commonly known alias, pen name, or stage name of these people. Samuel Clemens, author.
Mark Twain. Mark Twain.
Correct. Norma Jean Baker, actress.
Pass.
Marilyn Monroe. Catherine Elizabeth Hudson, pop singer.
Madonna.
Maybe Katy Perry. William H. Bonney, criminal.
Pass.
Billy the Kid. Reginald Dwight, pop singer. No.
Pass.
Maybe Elton John. Eric Arthur Blair, author.
George Orwell.
Correct. Marshall Bruce Mathers III, singer and actor.
Eminem.
Correct. Marion Morrison, actor.
Pass.
John Wayne. Francois Marie Arouet, author.
Pass.
That would be Voltaire. And finally, Leslie Lynch King Jr., politician, would be Gerald Ford. All right, King William, famous dynasties, Shakespearean comedies, or bombs that ended World War II?
We'll take bombs that ended World War II.
Identify each of the following significant aspects of the dropping of the two atomic bombs in 1945. The first is the type of airplane used to deliver the A-bombs.
B-52.
B-29. Date of the dropping of the first of the two bombs.
April 29th.
August 6th. Name given to this bomb.
Big boy. Big boy.
Little boy. City destroyed by this bomb.
Hiroshima.
Correct. Name of the plane used to drop the first bomb.
Enola Gay.
Correct. Name of the second bomb dropped.
Big boy.
Fat Man. City destroyed by this bomb.
Nagasaki.
Correct. City intended as the target of this bomb, but spared by poor visibility.
Tokyo.
Kokura, Japan. Name of the plane used to drop the second bomb.
Pass.
It's called Boxcar. And finally, date of the dropping of the second bomb.
August 8th.
August 9th. All right, team, you can take a breather. Cosby High School, your final category will be Shakespearean comedies or famous dynasties.
Famous dynasties?
Given the name of a famous ruling dynasty, name the country or kingdom which they ruled. The first is the Carolingians.
Holy Roman Empire.
That would be France.
Oh, for the second.
The Moguls.
India.
Correct. The Grimaldis.
Italy.
Monaco. The Romanovs.
Russia.
Correct. Ming.
China.
Correct. Medici.
Italy.
Correct. The Plantagenets.
Pass.
England. The Bourbons.
Spain.
France is correct. The Julio-Claudians.
Spain.
That would be the Roman Empire. And finally, the Ptolemies.
Greece.
That would be Egypt. All right, teams, even when you pick your favorite categories, the question can still be quite a challenge. Coming up, our final toss-up round, and we'll have today's winner here on Battle of the Brains. And
Trivia on Battle of the Brains.
And here is a check of the scores as we go into the final round here on Battle of the Brains. Cosby High School with 95 points and King William High School with 70 points. And now it is time for our second and final toss-up round. The point score now doubles to 20 points a question. Teams lose 10 points for a wrong answer given before I finish the question. All right, teams, hands on your buzzers. Here is your first question in this round. This work begins with the 7 oft-repeated verses declaiming during prayers. The first of those is, "In the name of God, the most merciful, the ever merciful." Name this scripture whose 114 surah are sacred to Muslims. Riley.
The Quran.
That is correct. It is the worst natural disaster in American history, simply referred to as the storm, named the Texas city in which on September 8, 1900, almost 10,000 people were killed by a hurricane. Carson.
Houston.
That is incorrect. King William? Cody?
Galveston.
That is correct. She is a former Rhodes Scholar, Brookings Institute Fellow, and during the Clinton administration, an Assistant Secretary of State. President Obama reinstated her current position to cabinet-level status, named as Ambassador to the United Nations. That would be Susan Rice. The warriors of the Fourth Crusade in 1204, Juan Perón in 1955, Martin Luther in 1521. These men were punished by which severest ecclesiastical censure, whose name is Latin for out of communion? Lumumba.
Okay, excommunication.
That is correct. In September 1940, 4 boys discovered a cavern with walls covered in a menagerie of enormous bulls, horses, and deer. What name is given to this cave, which contains more than 2,000 artworks? Cody.
Elephant Cave.
That is incorrect. Cosby? It was called Lascaux. When Sean Connery left the role of James Bond, this actor was approached to take on the role of 007. He replied, "That's Sean's deal. It didn't feel right for me to be doing it." Named as Hollywood icon of spaghetti westerns and Dirty Harry movies, who's now Oscar-winning director. Henry.
Clint Eastwood.
That is correct. Its license plate is SCV1, which is often jokingly referred to as So Cristo Vedici, or If Only Christ Could See This. It really means that it's the first car registered in the Vatican. By what nickname is this custom Mercedes of the Supreme Lumumba?
The Popemobile.
That is correct, the Popemobile. He was a struggling young writer until Lawrence Ferlinghetti published some of his writings in 1956, which landed him in a landmark obscenity trial a year later. Named as Columbia-educated beatnik poet who wrote Howl, Henry.
Allen Ginsberg.
Correct. You may need your pencil and paper for this. A realtor received a 6% commission upon selling a house. If his commission was $15,900, what was the selling price of the house? The house would have been $265,000. He was named the most valuable player in the 2010 FIBA World Championship basketball tournament won by the United States over host team Turkey. Name this man who plays his professional NBA basketball with the Oklahoma City Thunder. Lumumba.
Kevin Durant.
That is correct. At 32 degrees and 2 minutes north, Point Marquis is the southernmost part of what continent? Riley.
Australia?
That is incorrect. King William? Cody?
South America.
It would be Europe. Sandwiched between the terms of Millard Fillmore and James Buchanan, he is often called the Forgotten President. Named this New Hampshire native who was a personal friend and college classmate of Nathaniel Hawthorne. Carson.
Pierce.
You are correct. You didn't forget him. Good job. The lyrics to the Star-Spangled Banner were written by Francis Scott Key. The lyrics were taken from the poem he wrote during the War of 1812. What was the title of that? It was called Defense of Fort McHenry. This first metal isolated by electrolysis was discovered in 1807 by Sir Humphrey Davy. It's the second lightest metal and is a micronutrient that must be consumed, perhaps from bananas, to avoid hypokalemia. Carson.
Potassium.
That is correct. This Michigan-born author scored a literary bestseller with her 1995 novel, Waiting to Exhale. Named this author who in 2010 wrote a sequel called Getting to Happy. Terry McMillan. 2 answers required here. These 2 Greek letters symbolize the eternal nature of God and are the first and last letters. Lumumba.
Alpha and Omega.
That is correct. This specific quadrilateral has 1 pair of parallel opposite sides. We were talking trapezium. That buzzer means our match is over. Both of our teams played very well today. Let's check the final score and see who will join us in the next round. King William High School ends the match with 130 points. Congratulations today to Cosby High School from Midlothian, Virginia. Your 235 points gives you the win today, and you will join us in the next round. Congratulations. And be sure to join us next week when Battle of the Brains features the Isle of Wight Academy and St. Christopher School. I'm Cheryl Miller. Thanks so much for joining us. We'll see you next Saturday morning for more Battle of the Brains. Great job, everybody.